Hello, everybody. My name is Ryan Lisk. I am the owner of Lisk Associates. And today in this video, I want to preview a few pages from what we call our combo section in our talent insights and personal talent reports. And whether you're using these reports for team building, leadership development, onboarding, reboarding, one-on-ones, annual reviews, whatever the case may be, these are 5 really good pages that have a lot of good conversation starters in them. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to give you the exercises. I'll let you do the exercises so you can prepare before the meeting. You've already got the answers done. And then during the meeting, I'll give you a handful of thought starter questions that you can use. And it doesn't matter what your role is. Everybody can watch this video. Everybody can fill out their own reports, do their own exercises, and hopefully it will provide for a much better conversation that you're getting ready to have. So let's get started. And in this particular section, like I say, we're going to look at these 5 pages. So we have potential behavioral and motivational strengths. We have potential behavioral and motivational conflict. We have ideal environment, keys to motivating, and keys to managing. Now, let's get started with potential behavioral and motivational strengths. So on this page, and by the way, everybody has their own unique statements that the computer generated based on the answers you put in. So based off of your bullet list here, what I want you to do on each statement on a scale of 1 to 5, rank each statement. And a 1 would be I totally disagree with that statement. A 2 would be I somewhat disagree with that statement. A 3 would be a neutral. 4, I somewhat agree. And a 5, I totally agree with that statement. Now, I only want you to use neutral if it's a statement that's never happened to you before. Otherwise, I want you to have a lean one way or the other. This isn't about a survey where you can just put threes down the middle, right? This is about you and how are you going to get better at what you do. So give yourself a lean one way or the other, more 4s and 5s, more 1s and 2s, okay? Now, after you've had the ranking of the statements, what I'd like in the meeting, here are 3 thought starter questions that I put out there for you. So feel free to use these, or maybe you tweak these and take something and kind of make it your own. But the idea is, what questions are you going to ask based on the rankings we have? So for me, number 1, of all the statements you have on here, which did you agree with the most and why? And then, is this strength coming through at work? I want to know, are you using this? Now, question 2, what other statement would you like to talk about? And question 3, how does that statement play into your daily work life? So in other words, I want to pull out your strengths and find out if we're seeing those come through at work. The opposite on the next page, potential behavioral and motivational conflict. It's funny, I like the term conflict. I'm just going to I call this potential weaknesses page. All right. Same deal on a scale of 1 to 5. Give it the ranking 1 through 5. Same disagree to agree scale. Here's the thought starters for this page that I came up with. First one, which statement do you disagree with the most and why? Which statement would you like to work on? So if you feel like it's a potential weakness for you and you call it out and you'd like to work on it, that's a thought starter, a conversation starter. And then as the other person in the conversation, hey, what could I do to help you overcome that potential weakness? Number 4, what other statement would you like to talk about? And then 5, I threw this in. Do you disagree with more of these than on the previous page? And why do you think that is? I find that my scores are lower, and usually I see participant scores go lower across the board. We tend to disagree with more of these statements. Part of it is we don't like to read weaknesses about ourselves, so we'll sort of tend to naturally disagree with those kind of criticisms. And then the other thing is there are some times where there's a statement on here and it's something that I've overcome. So I disagree with it because I don't do that anymore, or I've beat that weakness. And so some conversation around, well, why did you put 1s and 2s on here? Right? That's what you're going for. Next, ideal environment. On this particular page, the exercise is this: rank your top 3 statements you enjoy most at work. What do you like to do the most at work? So once you identify the top 3, here's the thought starters. Thought starter number 1, what percentage of time are you currently getting to do the top 3 at work? And then question 2 is, what percentage of time should you be spending on these 3 at work? All right, so you can start to connect the dots between, I love to do these things, but I don't get to do that any of the time. Or I love to do these things, I'm doing them all the time, but maybe I'm not generating the correct work results. So the conversation needs to be around that balance of enjoying what we do and still getting the results. That's what you're going for here. Next, keys to motivating. Keys to motivating. What are the top 3 things on this page that you want the most at work? What do you want the most at work? So the thought starters are going to be simple questions like, what made you pick these top 3? You know, in other words, I'm asking, you know, what motivates you around those 3? Question 2, do you feel you are getting these things currently? Yes or no? And then question 3 is a continue, stop, start question. So what needs to continue, stop, or start in order for you to get more of what you want? You could actually break that one into 3 questions if you wanted. What needs to continue in order for you to continue to get what you want? What needs to stop in order for you to get what you want? And then what needs to start in order for you to get what you want? So you could break that one down a little bit more rather than just do a continue, stop, start as one question. And then finally, on the keys to managing, same thing. What are the top 3 things you need? So the last page was on wants, this one's on the needs. Same kind of thought starter ideas. What made you pick these top 3? Do you feel you're getting these things currently at work? And then from a manager's point of view, what do I need to continue to do to be a better manager, coach, player, leader for you? What do I need to stop? And then what do I need to start doing? And then in this particular conversation, right, these aren't things that cost our organizations any money whatsoever. These are just things that we can do, communication kind of things, intangible kind of assets, if you will, things that we can do to be better with each other. All right. I hope you all have a great session the next time you talk about these 5 particular pages. If you have any questions, comments, follow up, anything I could help you with, please feel free to reach out. I am Ryan at Lisk Associates. Thank you all. Have a great day.